Between Chris Franck and Martin, the Hammer Grandmont.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing, man. Martin Grandmont, you know, we know him for many years, one of the pioneers in fighting in Quebec.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the ring, accueillons vers le ring, Chris Franck. Son adversaire dans le coin rouge, his opponent in the red corner. Il enregistre un poids. He weighed in at a fighting trim 172.3 pounds. Professional mixed martial arts record, 5 wins, with 2 coming by way of knockout in 9 outings as a professional. He represents Victory Fight Team de Montréal. Mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, Chris the Beast Franck.
If this is indeed Martin Grandmont's last fight, which he said it could be, it would be a real great honor to. It will be a great honor for us to call it.
It is a battle between the Beast and the Hammer. Franck coming off a TKO victory at the first Fight for Pride event. As I mentioned, Grandmont has not been in there since 2012. However, Robin, you look at his career, he has been in there with the likes of Brendan Thatch, Sam Stout, Pete Spratt, Chris Clements, Mark Holst. No stranger to tough competition.
Interestingly, Franck comes out in the orthodox stance. Grandmont was expecting him to come out southpaw. That might just change things slightly here. Any surprises sometimes? You had this vision of what was going to happen, and something different is going on. Might take him a second to get going here.
Of Grandmont's 12 victories, 9 of them have come by some form of KO.
He did say to us this morning at breakfast, he's thinking about it. He's like, I hope I can still do it. And that's going to enter your mind when you haven't been in there for a long time. You know, he needs to get that first one landed and even take that first one, take it on the chin and go, oh, yeah, right, I know how to do this.
And Grandmont has mentioned that this was a very difficult camp for him. Recently, a father, 7 months ago. On top of that, he's in school.
Yeah. Horticulture, studying. He's going to have a peaceful life after he retires. And you see that Grandmont is interested in drawing out the left hand or the left kick because he knows it's coming at some point. Why not take it when you want it and you're ready to deal with it?
Grandmont also teaches martial arts in Sherbrooke.
See, he's loosening himself up there. You're a couple minutes in, you're like, right, this is all very familiar. That's what he was expecting.
And look at this, it's Grandmont who gets the takedown.
He was expecting that kick. He was drawing it out. He was asking for it. That was a beautiful elbow. Sharp, cutting elbow.
Grandmont made his professional debut in 2005.
Grandmont might grab a wrist here and drive his own elbow over top of that wrist, but Franck is controlling his right now. You can still do it, though. From there, you drive your elbow, angle your elbow over top of the arm. Franck is doing a good job of keeping this guard closed and trying to... ref will think about standing them up if Martin can't get some work done.
Grandmont trying to do damage, but Franck playing a good defensive game right now, tying up the arms of Grandmont.
Grandmont wants those hands in the armpits or biceps. They'll give him more control. He's going to get swept.
Looking for the sweep. And now Franck in a very good position.
So immediately he looks for the grapevines to extend the legs. Immediately Martin shakes them off. Martin's going to turn onto one hip here and just try to fight for half guard. Almost had it.
And we can expect the experience to shine through for Grandmont.
The low mount is a very popular mount today because it's so stable. You can pressure the face one way, which there is, he uses one of those bucks to find half guard. He'll be able to advance a little bit. He gives up his back and then fights to the
Grandmont
top.
Again, showing how crafty he is.
So they want Chris to under control with his arms and then stretch out the legs. You see Martin very wily. He's armbar attempt here. Grandmont
could be in big trouble, but no.
Belly down.
Defends
Great
very
work
well,
by
and look
Grandmont.
at this. Grandmont finds his way out and makes his way back to his feet and trying to hammer his way to victory there.
Some people go over a wall, some people go around it, some people dig a trench under it, some people just run right through it. Martin Grandmont has been the run right through it type all his career.
And we saw that in the early stage of this first round, Chris Franck was the hammer. And there you
Martin's
see
tired. He's
a
got
wobbly Martin Grandmont.
Watch for the left kick here. The left kick is the big weapon in play here. We saw it land on the body earlier. There it is.
And Grandmont
He felt that.
used that straight to the body. And there, another one. Chris Franck seems to be slowing just a tad.
Grandmont is fatiguing
And a
for sure.
big gasp of air there from Grandmont. But there he goes high, trying to mix things up. Franck responds with a left kick to the body. Some great work.
Yes, Grandmont felt those kicks to the body. He felt them without question. And it woke him up. He thought, yeah, that's right. Body shots hurt. So he's been delivering his own, and he's going to get that
But
takedown.
look at that. Franck ends the round on top.
Great round, tough round for Grandmont. You can see all of his instincts are there. You can see the heart that's made him a great fighter is there. But his body is not responding the way that he expects it to. As an older man, as a father, as a guy who can't train for a living like he used to. He trains around the rest of his life, and it's a challenge for him. Look at this, I think he ate a kick. Oh, did he ever. He ate that up kick. But like crazy through that armbar too. Frank's looking good tonight.
Martin Grandmont, Robin, actually had an academy in Lac-Mégantic, where one of the worst rail disasters in Canadian history took place. He said, fortunately for him, he was far enough away from the accident, but obviously, when you think about stuff like that, you forget that it can touch home.
Yeah, scary, you know, very scary. And all those challenges, they all, you know, are something that the experiences that you go through, maybe they make you a stronger fighter.
Grandmont attacks early here in round two. And there, Franck responds.
Grandmont's just now staying outside of the power. He was going to draw it out earlier in round one, and now he's just kind of staying away from it, which is a safety first idea. Wait for an opportunity to land the big right hand.
But one thing, Robin, we've seen from Martin Grandmont in the past is he's a scrapper. He goes after things.
Oh, Martin separates and throws the right hand.
Franck with the powerful takedown.
That was well done, well timed. Turned the corner as he got in on the double. Turned the corner, upset his balance, and drove him to the mat. You know, you've got your corner, and they're going to say, you got to work, Chris. And you do. You got to get some work done in here. At the same time, this is such a familiar place that you can sit and kind of rest a little bit. You're tired. It's a demanding thing you've been going through here.
And I understand that, and I think the fans at home understand that. But because nothing is really, you get the takedown, if you're complacent, you're now giving your opponent an opportunity to even the playing field if they decide to get back to their feet, or if they're able to get back to their feet.
Or if they get a sweep, or if they open up something, you know, and sometimes these...
Or they go for a submission from the bottom.
Look at it, he'll take whatever, he will hammer whatever you got. You can really see, I mean, I think that that Chris Franck is having a really good night. He's so much improvement. His wrestling's great. His willingness, his commitment on his decisions is great. Grandmont is looking like a guy who has all of the heart and desire of Martin Grandmont, but not the physicality that he once had. And again, it's easy to understand. He lived a life of a full-time professional fighter at one time. He can't do that now. So he'll be asking his body to give him things that it may not be able to give him.
And referee Philip Chartier brings it back up. Guess he felt that Chris Franck was not doing enough from the top position.
Keep your hands up. Just box him. Walk right in. Walk right in. Let's go.
And this is Grandmont's opportunity to even the playing fields. And look at that.
Grandma's always been good with timing. And when you're coming
And a
forward
short
on him,
little elbow scores for Grandmont.
when you overcommit to him, he will tag you with a right hand. And if he doesn't have the power because of fatigue or age or whatever that he once had, he'll have it when you're roaring forward. And you can put your lights out.
Chris, walk right through that. Yes, very nice.
I see Martin stepping off.
And you see some blood coming out of the side of the left eye of Chris Franck.
Sometimes it's going to come down to literally the concept of who is the tougher dude.
Yep.
You know, the simplistic concept of who's got more. And right now, Martin might actually.
Yes. And right now, Robin, you look at the fact that Grandmont is storming back. He landed the cleaner shots when the two were in the stand-up position. When Franck got the takedown early in round 2, he wasn't able to do any damage. He didn't improve his position.
Yeah.
Whereas you're seeing Martin Grandmont do that. Yes, of course, it was because of the triangle choke, so the opportunity was there for him to pass.
You know, we were talking about fatigue and we're talking about age, but what you never lose, or, wow, this is a great opportunity for him. You know, the man that he is, the type of man that he is, will not change. And the type of man this guy is a winner. As the fight is wearing on, this is going well for him. The harder it gets, the better it is for him.
Fatigue could be setting in. Not could be, we know that fatigue is setting in. And Robin, what about the idea that Martin Grandmont has been able to manage fatigue because of his experience?
Ankle, yeah, you saw an ankle lock attempt there, but he used it to open the guard. He's going to turn into him. He's searching to turn towards him, and Martin comes up in the mount and wills it. That's it.
Grandmont hammering Chris Franck. Franck could be in trouble. Some short elbows. Some great stuff here in round number.
They want Chris to box with Grandmont, which is a scary proposition at the best of times.
Hands up, Chris. I'm boxing.
And there you see Grandmont getting fancy.
Right hook. Right hook. Chris, let's go.
Does Chris Franck have it in him as Grandmont? And look at this! A desperate attempt for the takedown, but Franck manages to get a Grandmont giving up his back.
Grandmont hurt him, dropped him, and Franck going for an armbar or omoplata modified here, but he might give up this position as a result.
Is Grandmont in trouble here?
I think he'll fight his way out of this one. It's looking like he will, but now... He's gonna, oh!
And Grandmont manages to escape and finds himself on top of the bleeding Chris Franck.
And a big, deep breath out of Frank. It's going to be a challenge for him to get up. It's going to be a challenge for him to get out of this one. And Grandmont willed himself to get this position. And
Frank,
if you could
thinking
be,
about the submission from his back right now, doling out some elbows.
if you could be either man right now, who would you rather be, you know? And the answer to that is the guy on top. The man under you has been dropped. He's bloodied. He's tired. If you're Grandmont, though, you got to work because this referee has shown a desire to stand you up tonight.
And the question is, how tired, how hurt is Frank? Does Martin Grandmont understand that he had him in big trouble?
Yes, he does. He's got fantastic finishing instinct. He's just fatigued. It's been a brutal 12 and a half minutes or more that we've seen from him so far. And will is everything right now. Will is everything. Do you want to win this fight? And the answer for Martin Grandmont is he wants to win it badly.
And you look at the face of Yannick Bergeron.
Get a butterfly hook, something, let's go.
He's very happy with the way Grandmont is executing the game plan here in the third and final round.
Every fight has a beautiful tale of drama, a beautiful story of combat, and the story in this one is the will of Grandmont. He's not as strong as he used to be. That's undeniable. He's not as athletic as he used to be. That's undeniable. But the heart of the man is the same. That's always been there, and it's maybe even stronger as he moves to a better position here. But Frank has the underhook.
But Grandmont with the mount once again. The corner of Grandmont screaming to finish strong, and Grandmont is doing just that. Some right hands to the chin, now digs to the ribs.
In many ways, for me, this is the best Martin Grandmont performance I've ever seen, and not because he's as fast or as athletic or whatever. It's because his will here, his desire, that winner in him will not be denied here.
And the decision making.
Yeah, he knew exactly where he wanted to be. His fighter instincts are so strong. And he's going to win this fight. You know, unless you can see, and you see the will, and Chris Franck is strong too, as he's still trying to get out, but I don't think he's going to be able to. And the double hammer comes down.
Doing his best Kazushi Sakuraba impression.
And the audience is cheering for Grandmont. And if this is his final fight, really what he found out about himself is the man in him is stronger than the fighter or the athlete in him. And the man in him is going to either finish this fight or finish it on top.
Chris Franck, battered, bloody, but is still trying to find a way to win this fight.
And Grandmont is trying to find a way to finish this man. And Chris Franck, you talk about heart. Chris Franck has plenty of it too.
And Grandmont wants to finish here, but a mistake is made. And look at that, a huge swing. Chris Franck sitting back for the guillotine choke. Is this a Hail Mary submission attempt? Will he be able to get a look at the size of the back?
He's going for it. He's in there.
That was
Crazy fight.
And after the bell, Martin Grandmont tapped out.
It was after the bell. The corners, his fighters are yelling, but it was after the bell. It was after the bell. And if I was his coaches, if I was his teammates, I'd be doing the same thing. But that tap happened after the bell. Great fight. Undeniably a great fight. Some fantastic stuff here. The hammer landed. Amazing, amazing stuff.
And I know the crowd, the team, as you mentioned, Robin, disappointed as they are all shouting that he tapped, but...
Oh, he's just thanking them. He didn't tap, guys. I'm standing here with their corner behind us. He didn't tap after the buzzer went. He said thank you with his hand. He really did. And when the coaches and his friends and his corner guys see the replay, they'll see that the right thing happened there. But it was a beautiful fight by both men. A wonderful, wonderful fight. I'm looking at his coach up here. I know we shouldn't get involved, John, but you like to let these guys fill them in, let them see it, because it's really emotional.
But they're emotional, so it's going to be very difficult to try to convince them.
Ladies and
you're
gentlemen,
right. You're absolutely right.
The crowd goes wild. What an incredible fight. After 3 hard-fought rounds, après 3 rounds d'enfer, nous nous dirigeons vers les cartes de pointage. We go to the scorecards. Le juge Blouin remet une carte de pointage de 29-28. Le juge Leblanc, 29-28. Et le juge Roussel, 30-27. Pour votre vainqueur, for your winner, the Hammer, Martin Grandmont.
Martin Grandmont earns the decision victory.
Great
And we will
fight,
send it up
guys.
to Robin
I just
Black,
wanna
who's
let
by with our
Chris
winner.
Frank's corner know we did see the replay. He did not tap. He won that fight. And Chris should be thanked. I know it's not my job to let him know. These guys, the coaches and the corners and the fighters get very emotional because it's an incredibly powerful thing they share in here. But Martin wins the fight in what may be your last fight ever. Is that true, Martin?
Yeah, maybe it was the last one. I used to do a lot of things at the same time. School, I just had a gorgeous baby with my girlfriend there. And I wanted to let the career on a good note. So I would thanks Chris Franck give me an awesome fight.
Yeah, he really did. Chris Franck, let's hear it for Chris Franck in a fantastic fight tonight. We were talking about this during the fight. You're a father, you're going to school, you can't train like you used to. And we could see that in here tonight. But it was your heart and your drive and your desire to win that got you this victory. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I did it for myself just to know I can win. I want to have a good souvenir about the sport. And it's sure for the 5 or 10 years coming. I would thank all my crowd up there. They support me all the way along through my career. There's a lot of training partner and coach, Yannick Bergeron, Firas Zabi, a lot of guys. And for this training, my cardio, it was Eric Leclerc, who, if I didn't do all this training, I couldn't last in a fight like that.
Listen, man, go get a drink of water and take a break and enjoy this victory. And if this is your last fight, congratulations on a great career. It was an honor to call this fight.
Thank you. I will also thanks Fight for Pride for the show. And you guys for Fight Network who did a great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight in a great fight, Martin the Hammer Grandmont.